Man, I done went crazy with that saying today. I'm doing the best with what I got. It just be so funny to me, and then it makes me think. "Whew, I don't know who was talking because I thought I'm all by myself in these streets. All right, you know how the saying is going around. I'm doing the best with what I got. I I would bother strangers today with that. It was hilarious to me. But in all seriousness, I like been thinking about it for days what it means to me because I literally do and have been doing the best with what I got for a long time. I've always been very disciplined, but the closer I have gotten with the Lord, the more disciplined I got. I think I'm making way too much noise while walking. Yeah, I've always been very disciplined, but the closer I have gotten with the Lord, the more disciplined, I became. And so, say, okay, right now, I already been walking since 2 p.m. And then where I work, I also serve, right? But so on the way back home, I could be complaining and saying, okay, I still don't have a car. I have to walk home. I have to walk to the train. I have to walk to the bus. But, that's where the saying kicks in. I'm doing the best of what I got because I always think, what is the plus? What is the good thing I can get out of this situation? And so when I walk home in the middle of the night, I'm still training my body. I'm literally getting really, really fit. And I met this man the other day. He's about 84 years old and he was telling me that he used to work for the military and jump out of the planes and do big things in his life. So I asked him, I was like, "Dang, what kind of training have you received to be able to work so hard, for the country?" And so he told me that he said, "I was doing what you're doing." Cause I don't want to exactly say what I'm doing every day. Since I don't do music full time anymore, but I'm serving the Lord. But at the same time, I'm walking all day, and I'm carrying heavy things. I'm gonna just describe it like that. So it's just very physical, but at the same time, so I'm doing the best with what I got. Instead of complaining, I mean, I picked it. But instead of complaining and saying, well, I gotta walk all day and da da da. I have really gotten in probably the best shape of my life. Even when I was younger, I probably wasn't as fit as I am now. And so, just think like things like that. Or I can't always buy the food that I want because I don't want to waste money. Um, and I'm not making a lot of money, so I get only organic bread. I get vegetables and fruits, but I don't eat like big amounts of it. I just eat small amounts, and they keep me healthy and strong for what I have to do for the Lord. It's ultimately all for the Lord. So then I just went crazy and kept bothering all the people today. Kept asking them um, how that applies to them doing the best with what I got. My voice is a little hoarse, not hoarse, but a little tired because as I'm waiting on the bus, in a MARTA station, literally around thousands, not thousands, hundreds of people, they pass me by and try to get out of the station. I just put my headphones on and I just practice right then and there. I don't want to get out of the station because people are smoking and I don't want to breathe the smoke and then strangers is talking to me or whatever. I just stay inside the station where there are cameras and stuff like that. I just put headphones in and I'm doing the best with what I got. I practice right then and there. And then I get on the train, I hum on the train, I get off the train, I practice again, I get on the bus, I might listen to some prayers or, a preacher that I like on YouTube or something like that. Or just laugh with people, talk to people and just laugh. Laughing is very important. And then I walk again. It's almost midnight. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing the best with what I got. I'm still walking. I'm getting more fit every day. And I just went through all the areas of my life. I was like, yeah, like in the mornings when I wake up, it's only a certain amount of time that I have. So I don't waste a lot of time doing my makeup. I do a little something just so I look presentable. and I throw my hair in a ponytail or something like that, or put my hat on, I'm ready to go, as long as long as I eat healthy and I look clean and I have energy. I do invest a lot of time in sleeping because I feel like it's so important. Um, so I'm trying to be very efficient because, like I said, the closer I have gotten to the Lord, the more I understand how precious life is and all the gifts and everything that He has put inside of me. I want to use it to the best of my ability. So I'm very mindful of everything I do and how I go about my day. And so, yes, shoot. So that's all I wanted to say. But I had a lot of fun with that saying today. I would literally bother strangers and be like, "I'm doing the best with what I got. What you working with?" And they'll tell me what they're working with. So I'm very, very disciplined. Like right now, it's midnight, and I do want to eat another snack. But what's the point of it? I think it through. You're not supposed to eat a lot when you go to sleep, especially as a singer. It's not very good for you, for your voice, and things like that. It's not good for your body, so just don't do it. I'm gonna take me a hot shower once I get back and try to go to sleep instead of staying up all night. Browsing through the internet. Even though when I'm browsing, it's still very, very like what do you call it? It's just things that build me. Everything. I try to be so efficient every single second of my life. I try to do something that's very, very productive and is bringing me closer. To the person that the Lord wants me to be. So it's just like such a journey. I mean, life is a journey for everybody, but it just has been such a journey. My goodness. But my life is going so fast sometimes because the day is so full of things. I wake up, here come the prayers, here go the warm up of the voice, here go the walking, 10 hours walking, here go the serving of people, discerning how to react to I deal with thousands of people, so I'm trying to discern like, okay, is it time to speak up? Is it time to set a boundary? Is it time to extend grace to them and show kindness? It's always good to show kindness, but there is a time I've noticed where I have to draw a line because some people, um, they know they're getting too far. Yep, right. That way they'll know, say, okay, I might meet one person, right? And they're cranky and mean and stuff like that. And I extend grace, and now this person is stopping. Why? I ain't expecting nothing or nobody out here in the street. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, let me focus. So, okay, what I have learned is I might encounter one person. They are all cranky and mean when I meet them. I'll say, hey, my name is so and so. And they're like, ugh. They have this kind of tone and they're just demeaning. So I give it another shot. I give it a second, give them time to get themselves together. And I'd be like, so and so and so and so. I keep my tone and I keep my composure. But they want to keep being nasty. I do have a cutoff point these days. I used to not have a cutoff point in the back, you know, back in the day. I used to always get so drained. So I do have a cutoff point. I will not get mean. I've been through that phase. That's what I'm saying. Like with the Lord, it's such a journey. I've been through the phase when the Lord showed me how all my life, when I extended kindness, I've been taken advantage of and I've wasted so much time and energy. So I went through a phase where I would get really aggressive with people when it was about 2 years ago, when I noticed that they're playing games. That's one thing I can't stand. I get really, 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 you know, I'll be so protective of myself because I did not want to get played ever in my life again. But then the Lord showed me that I should just surrender that to Him because I would slightly get bitter and offend. It's called the spirit of offense. I would feel offended and I didn't want to become like that. I wanted to stay sweet and be a shining light out here for Christ. So I went through that phase where the Lord had to teach me to recognize that I'm being played. The people that play me don't want to change right now. They might change later, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to be around as a punching bag to wait till they change. I'm going to just be kind and try to help them, but excuse myself at a certain time, you know? So I had to learn that. That was about 2 years ago. It was a year where I was learning that. And now I got it pretty down packed. Because today, these people was going off in the elevator and it didn't even phase me or bother me. I kept my smile and I was like, okay. So I'd be like, okay, Lord, I'm learning. So it's a lot of discerning all day, discerning what to do. Should I set a boundary? Should I walk away? Should I raise my voice a little bit like that, to set somebody straight? But the Lord is teaching me so much through all this. But anyway, so I'm doing the best with what I got. I ain't got a car, but my legs look pretty good from walking so much. See what I'm saying? That's just one example for I'm doing the best with what I got. And then my phones is all over the place. The phone screen is broken and things like that. Maybe on my social media, be looking not good sometimes, but that's another example of just doing the best with what you got. So, did I want to say anything else? Nope. So yeah, I was just saying like with the Lord, it's such a journey because all my life I was a singer, and when I was born, nobody told me and broke it down to me that you can be a singer but you don't have to enter the music industry. I thought if you're a born singer, because I always knew I was a born singer, then it's automatic. You're going to enter the music industry and you're going to sing all over the world. But then a couple of years ago, when the pandemic started, I learned that, I kept praying, and the Lord kept sending me people that I could talk to about that. And He was just showing me more and more and more until I understood no, I don't have to be part of the music industry. And once I got out, I just stopped singing. But then that's what I'm saying with the Lord. It's such a journey. He showed me, no, you're about to be a singer now. Like literally, when I'm in a Walmart parking lot and I just sing to one single person because I feel led to it, I'm a singer more so than when I was in the music industry. I was not as much of a singer when I was in the music industry. I have a gold record and I was singing with best of the best in Atlanta. I was not as much of a singer than what I am now because literally now my true natural gift is flowing. Like I don't change the sound of my voice. I don't change the lyrics. Whatever the Lord gives me, it just comes out just like that. So really I'm a singer right now. But I don't want to put a price on my singing as of right now. I don't know how the Lord is going to work it out. And that's why I go somewhere every day where, I have to make a little money to eat. But the way the Lord worked it out for me, I can serve people at the same time. And as I'm doing so, I can walk and sing at the same time. But I've served them and my character is being perfected. But it's lap. And I literally went from sitting with the Lord for a long time. So once I got out of the music industry, I was sitting with him for a long, long time. I don't know if it was a year or a half a year or 1.5 years. I just literally don't remember. Um, and I kept repenting for everything. I opened my heart to him, and he was teaching me everything. I was a baby in Christ, but now I grew up a little bit, and so he got me here doing a few little things. And the closer I get to him, the more I lay back. And I really enjoy that. The closer I get to him, the more I lay back. I don't feel like I have to minister to everybody. I have to. Sometimes I give someone just a smile, and I still know I'm working in my purpose. Sometimes it's just a smile, a joke. All the gifts that the Lord has put inside of me, they just come out. But I do it more and more and more laid back. So it's just very interesting. Yeah, it's just very interesting. So I hope y'all doing the best with what y'all got. I know that the Lord wants for us to work in excellence, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm aiming for every day. But like I said, the closer I get to the Lord, the more laid back I am. I don't even fight nobody no more. There was a time where I would just be like, this is not right. I'm going to stand up for myself. Now I'm just like going through a phase where I'm very peaceful, y'all. So, on that note, bye bye, and I'll see you next time.